Guys, welcome to my channel once again. Today is Saturday, the 12th day of April year 2025, and as always, I have some well analyzed matches for you. So, guys, talking about yesterday's results, our predictions did not go well, as you can see. For the first video, I provided four matches with a total of 2.58 odds, and we were quite unlucky. The match involving Samsung and Galatasaray was what messed us up. My prediction was over 7.5 corners, but that match ended up not doing up to 7 corners, so it was very disappointing. Galatasaray does lots of corners, even when they play away from home. But yesterday, they couldn't do enough, and that was what messed our tips up. Lublin versus Lech Poznan, that game was postponed and will be played on Sunday. Nick versus Warwick, my prediction was Nick to win or draw no bet. Zama was around over 2 goals. And then moving to the second video which I made much later, I provided four matches to a total of 2.47 odds. And we missed one. SJK versus HJK was the match that messed up our second video selections. My prediction for that match was over 1.5 goals, but surprisingly, that match produced just 1 goal. So Jeska versus Budunost, my prediction was over 1.5 goals. Udinese versus AC Milan over 1.5 goals. Samsung Sport versus Galatasaray. Galatasaray to win or draw. So guys, that was that for yesterday. Today is another day, and I've taken my time to come up with very good and well analyzed matches. So without much waste of time, let's get started with the matches I have for today. So the first match, as you can see here, is from the Cyprus First Division. It's a match involving Anorthosis and Omonia Aradipo. My prediction for this match is over 1.5 goals at 1.31 odds. So here we expect to see goals. These two teams are very good at goal scoring. The home team does lots of goals, especially when they play at home. The away team also scores and concedes so many goals away from home. So we should be able to see a combined over 1.5 goals in this match at 1.31 odds. So looking at the data here, we can see that the home team Anorthosis are on the first position, and then the away team are on the fifth position, as you can see. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. You can see here that Anorthosis has won 3 times. The other fixture ended in a draw. And when you look at their head-to-head here, you can see that goals have always been produced. Average of 2 to 3 goals per match has been produced. We look at their current form here, you can see that the home team in their last 6 home matches, they've won 2 times, lost 3 times, and drew once. And then we look at the away team away from home, we will see that their last 6 away matches, they've lost 5 times and won just once. And both teams always score, as you can see. They score and concede so many goals whenever they play. So we expect this match to produce goals. These two teams are very good in goal scoring, and we should have at least 2 goals in this match at 1.31 odds. Next, we have a match from the England Premier League. It's a game involving Southampton and Aston Villa. My prediction for this match is Aston Villa to win or draw not bet at 1.24 odds. So here, Aston Villa has advantage. They have quality in their team compared to Southampton. And Southampton, as it stands, they've already been relegated, so they have nothing, absolutely nothing to play for right now. Aston Villa needs this match so they cannot qualify for the Champions League next season. So we believe they are going to be serious. We believe they are going to win this one, or at least draw a bit at 1.2 for odds. Looking at their data here, we can see that Southampton are at the bottom of the table with 20 points. Sorry, they are at the bottom of the table on the 20th position. And then Aston Villa are seventh on the table. And then we look at the head to head between these two teams. We can see here that Aston Villa has always been dominating. They've actually won five times. Southampton won just once. And then when we look at the current form here, we can see that Southampton are in such a terrible form at home. Their last six home matches shows that Southampton has lost five times and drew just once. And then we look at Aston Villa away from home, we can see that the last six away matches, they've won three times, lost two times, and drew once. Now let's quickly take a look at their standings on the table. So looking at the standings on the table here, you can see that Aston Villa are seventh on the table, few points away from the Champions League position. So they want to do everything possible to make sure they get themselves into the Champions League position. So we expect Aston Villa to be serious here. We expect them to do well. We expect them to win this one, or at least join a bit at 1.24 odds. Next, we have a match still from the England Premier League. It's a game involving Manchester City and Crystal Palace. My prediction for this match is Manchester City to win or draw a bit at 1.25 odds. So here we give Manchester City the advantage. They've not really been doing well this season, but they should be serious with this match. At least they need to qualify for Champions League, and 3 points from this match should help them qualify or put them in a better position to qualify for the Champions League. So we expect them to be serious here. And we expect them to win or at least draw a bit at 1.25 odds. Looking at their data here, we can see that Manchester City are on the sixth position, while Crystal Palace are on the 11th position. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. We can see here that Manchester City has always been dominating. They've actually won three times, and the other fixture ended in a draw. Now, looking at the current form here, we can see that Manchester City at home, their last six Premier League matches, they've won four times, drew once, and lost just once. And they will look at Crystal Palace away from home. We can see here that Crystal Palace has equally been very consistent. The last six away matches shows Crystal Palace has won four times and drew two times. Now, looking at their standings on the table here, we can see that Manchester City have sixth on the table. And like I said earlier, they want to do everything possible to make sure they get into the Champions League position. Okay, so they're just few points away from the Champions League position. And we expect them to be serious here. We expect them to do everything they can to see how they can at least qualify for the Champions League. So we expect them to win this one, or at least join a bit at 1.25 odds. Finally, for today, we have this one from the Spain La Liga 2. It's a game involving Cadiz and Elche. My prediction for this match is Elche to win or draw at 1.48 odds. So here we give Elche the advantage. They've been very consistent this season and they're fighting hard to see how they can gain promotion. So against Cadiz, Cadiz hasn't really been impressive at home. So we give the advantage to Elche and we expect Elche to win this one or at least get a draw at 1.48 odds. Looking at their data here, we can see that Cadiz are on the 14th position while Elche are on the second position. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. You can see here that Elche has won three times, Cadiz has won just once. The other fixtures ended in a draw. And then we look at the current form here. We can see that Cadiz in their last six home matches, they've won three times and drew three times. And then we look at Elche away from home, we will see that the last six away matches, Elche has won once, drew three times, and lost two times. Now let's take a look at the standings on the table. So looking at the standings on the table here, we can see that Elche has 63. Elche are second with 63 points, while Levante are first on the table with 63 points. So you can see here that it's very tight up there, and Elche wants to qualify automatically. Levante also want to, and both teams have the same points. So Elche want to do everything possible to avoid defeat, because if Elche loses this match, they will drop down, and Elche will not want to drop down. They want to do everything possible to make sure they hold tied to their second position. So that's why my prediction here is Elche to win, or at least get a draw at 1.48 odds. So guys, these are all the matches I have for you today with a total of 3.12 odds. Always remember to bet responsibly, guys. Football can be very fun, even with the best analysis. Anything can still happen, so make sure you bet responsibly. And do not forget to like this video, share and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Also remember to join our Telegram channel, the link is pinned to the comment section of this video. Thank you so much guys. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye for now.